What up? What up? Nerd Jason coming at you with another review. This time for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms on HBO Max. Recently moved. Still got a bunch of stuff here in the garage. I don't have any setup yet, but anyways, this is where I'm going to be doing it tonight. Hopefully, I can get everything settled soon and have a decent space to do some more reviews. But anyways, let's get into it. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. We got seven episode series. I don't know. The finale episode was tonight. Just got done watching it not too long ago, and this show was pretty damn awesome. Simple story, you know. I was a big fan of Game of Thrones. The first 5 seasons, maybe 6 seasons. Very disappointed in the second, or a second to last, second in the seventh and eighth seasons. That show ended, and I thought it sucked. And then we have the Dragon show, House of the Dragon, which actually first season was really good. Second season was getting there, and then it stopped. So I was a little weary about watching another Game of Thrones show. I was like, we'll see how season 3 is on House of the Dragon. But anyways, you know what? Let's see. I know nothing about Dunk and Egg. I'd never read this book. I never read any Game of Thrones books, but I never read this. I guess it's a novella. Short episodes. They're like 30 minutes a piece. And so I gave it a shot. I was like, I'm going to watch it. Casting was great. Dunk and Egg are perfect. From like I said, I don't know, from what I watched. Haven't read the stories, haven't read the books, but from what I saw, Dunk and Egg, perfect. The casting was awesome. Targaryens, you had Lannisters. Everything was in this, but it was absolutely not a political show. It wasn't about the politics in the show. It was a story about a knight and his squire. And I'm already a little bit into it, but I am going to give no, very, very few, if any, spoilers. I'm going to try not to give any spoilers. Give a story, a summary of the show without giving away too much. But anyways, this story is about Sir Duncan the Tall, and Egg, his squire. It's a simple story. Dunk is with his master. Shit, I don't remember his name. Sorry. Who dies? This is the very beginning, so I'm not giving anything away. This is like happens in the first 2 minutes of the show. He buries him. Duncan then goes into town and wants to join in on the. There's a night, battle that's going to be happening. A tournament. A tournament's going to happen, and he is trying to get in to the tournament. He's trying to get someone to vouch for him, saying that he is in fact the knight. So he's going around trying to find someone, and that's kind of where the story starts. Stuff happens, more stuff happens, and I don't want to give any more away than that. But it is, like I said, this is set in the Game of Thrones world, but it's not, like I said, a politically charged. It's not about politics. It's 100% about Sir Duncan, and his squire Egg. There is politics in the show. I'll say that there is politics, but it's not at the forefront of it. This is a story about Dunk. Excuse me. And here we get a hero who is just a good person who wants to do the right thing. And sometimes doing the right thing will get you in trouble, or it will something will happen, and you have to deal with the consequences. So anyways, casting on the show, top notch. I love everyone that got cast in this show. There's a couple of the show is definitely not for kids. There's a few things I'm like, I don't know if that needed to be in the show, but anyways, it's in the show, and it is what it is. But it was still definitely not for kids. Don't watch this with kids in the room. But it was still a good story. good casting, the direction, good locations that they picked. My one nitpick with this show and with most fantasy shows that I watch is the costuming. Looks good. It needs to be dirty. It needs to be grimy. Everyone is walking around with nice, clean garments, nice, clean clothes, and while it doesn't completely throw me off, maybe not in this show. There's some shows that are maybe if they're not good enough, that'll throw me completely out of the show. But still, let's make that happen. Let's make it grimy. Let's make it dirty. That's what it's like. These are not technological times. These people are fighting. These people are in the dirt. These people, things should be dirty. You got the peasants walking around in nice, clean clothes. You have the knights and fighting in armor that's pristine. Let's change that up. As good as the show was, that is something that bothers me. Not just in this show, but in most fantasy shows. Like, let's get it dirty. Let's make it look dirty. Let's make it look worn. Nothing looks worn. Everything looks new. That is one of my biggest gripes in fantasy shows. I have not seen, I don't think, any show that's gotten that right. But anyways, that's all I got to say right now. This is a very good show. It is a very highly recommended show. The year is young, but I am pretty sure this is probably going to be in my top shows of the year. And down now to my rating. I'm actually drinking a canned beer today. I'm not drinking my own beer. Moved. Haven't been able to make any beer. Still, I don't know when I will, so I'm probably gonna be drinking store-bought beer for a while. But anyways, my review. That is my review. My score for this show: 0 to 12 beers. 0 being the best score, 12 being the worst. I give this show 1 beer. I didn't even need to drink a beer, but I drank a beer. I'm actually a few beers deep in now. I only drank one while I was watching the show. But anyways, one beer, best show I've seen so far this year. It's early. Things, and I don't know if there's going to be too many shows that are as good or even compare to this one. This show is awesome. If you have HBO Max, I think it's even on. If you have cable and you have HBO, yeah, you can still stream it on there. But yeah, half-hour episodes, 6, 7 episodes. Like I said, I don't remember what episode it was. Short, sweet. I cannot wait for the next season, and it looks like we'll be getting it pretty soon. From what I hear, I don't know. It appears that it's going to be coming up. Well, not soon, but I mean within a year, which is soon in terms of streaming shows that come out every 2-3 years, which sucks. But anyways, Not of Seven Kingdoms, great show. Check it out. You do not have to be a fan of Game of Thrones. You do not have to have watched any other Game of Thrones to watch and enjoy this show. If you have, like I said, you'll know Targaryens, you know the Lannisters, you'll know the dragon, what's going on with the dragons, the blonde hair. You'll understand a little more of the thing that's going on, but it's not necessary. So do not let that turn you away from watching this show. If you have not seen any other Game of Thrones, you can still watch and enjoy the show, and I highly recommend that you do. Well, that is it for today. Nerd Adjacent recommending Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Once again, Nerd Adjacent out.